Thanks, Herve, for your time. Um, this is a special live chat with football fans from all over Africa. And I'd like to just quickly read out some of the questions. The fans are from different parts of Africa. The first fan to ask a question is Tresford Katongo from Kitwe in Zambia. He wants to know, where do you see yourself from now? In 5 years' time in your coaching career, where do you see yourself?
My heart is in Zambia. I would like to stay for the 3 next year in Zambia. I just have to meet my president, Kalusha Bwela, and to hear what they propose to me, because I only signed 1 year. That means my contract will be finished in October 2012. But I hope to stay to get the qualification for the World Cup 2014, and of course to be in South Africa next year with the Zambian national team.
Okay, another fan. This one is from Pietermaritzburg in South Africa. His name is Ismail. He says, "Hi, Herve. Congrats to you and your team on the victory. May you all grow from strength to strength." And he says, "Will you ever consider taking the Bafana coaching job if offered? And secondly, what do you think are our strengths and weaknesses? Thank you for your time and have a well-deserved rest."
It's not time to talk about the proposal I get. I said for the previous question, first I have to meet my president. It's a priority because he gave me a chance to be coach for the Zambian national team for this Africa Cup of Nations. And if I'm happy with their proposal, I will stay in Zambia. If I'm not happy with this proposal, at this time, I will be able to look at all the proposal I can get, and we'll see where I will go. And the second question about the national team, it's all the time difficult to talk about another national team. Just what I can say is I saw a lot of good players when we play against them before this Africa Cup of Nations. They were not especially the player actually in the Bafana, but I'm sure if South Africa wants to do something, they have to bring a lot of talent, because I'm sure there is a talent in this country, and they have to take a very big corner to change something, because when something's not working very well, you have to change.
Okay, there's another fan. He's from Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. His name is John Mwakilama. He says, during the final with Ivory Coast, you were seen very cool and calm. Why was that? And is that your normal behavior, or you knew what will happen?
I knew what will happen. It was my believing. I felt a strength, a confidence on my player. Our determination was exceptional, and they did it, and I was almost sure they were able to win this African Cup of Nations.
Okay, there's another fan from Zambia, Choma. He's from Choma in Zambia. His name is Abba Munasangu. He says, "Congrats for guiding the national team to victory. I feel your relationship with Clifford should be ironed out. Is it possible for you to reconcile with him?"
It's not a problem of reconcile, it's a problem of I'm the coach, he's a player, we got one problem. I think it's better to stay far from each other.
Okay. Another fan from Lusaka says, his name is Davy Mweni. Now you have been given 3 years contract by FAS. I wonder where he got that from, because he says you haven't had the 3-year contract. Although I did hear Kalusha say yesterday that they were going to offer you one. What measures will you take to ensure that FAS put up sports infrastructure, and what will be the qualification for anyone who wants to play in the national team?
Firstly, my president Kalusha Bwala talked about the perspective to give me 3 more years of contract, but we didn't talk about anything else. That means first we have to talk, to sit. Secondly, the criteria to play in a national team is simple. We need a skillful player with a very good commitment. Everybody has his chance, because with my assistant Patrice Baumel, will work a lot to watch a lot of games, Premier Division, Second Division, sometimes Third Division in Zambia. We found Emmanuel Bola in Second Division 2 years ago. That means everybody has its chance, the door is open.
There's a guy from Uganda, his name is Dennis, and he's writing from Kampala in Uganda. He says, what were your best and worst decisions during the just concluded tournament? What were your best and worst decisions? Because as a coach, I'm sure you would have made some decisions that you thought was wrong, but probably, you didn't pay for it.
My best decision was to put 22 players with a fantastic behavior for the squad of Africa Cup of Nations. My worst decision was I didn't fight enough before the game against Libya because we were not able to play on this pitch. Okay. I tried, but my power was too loud to compare with the CAF power. But it was not a condition to play a good football.
Yeah. Talking about that pitch, how did you feel being forced to play in that kind of condition?
It was catastrophic to play on this pitch.
And you even considered a goal, like almost the start, it showed in the body language of the players, like they were not ready to play.
No, because it was very difficult for us, and fortunately we managed to draw. Congratulations to the player because they fight on the water and it was not football.
Okay, our next question comes from a fan in Zimbabwe, Harare. His name is Klaas Zungs from Harare. And he says, was it a tactical move to keep Felix Katongo out of the game only to play him in the final? He is a remarkable player, he says.
Felix is a very, very good player. During the time I was not there, maybe he lost his way a bit. That means I was very hard with him. Some people think I protect him all the time, but it's not true. I'm very hard with him. He was not far sometimes, even during this tournament, to take the door, to go out. But I knew him very well. I know what I can take from him. That means I knew he has experience. That means this sort of experience are very important in the final, and I was sure when he came in the final, he was able to make the difference.
Another fan from, this time from Botswana, Gaborone in Botswana, his name is Tyrone. He says, what is your secret of success in football?
To work. I have a fantastic assistant, Patrice Baumel. We are working a lot. We are not here by chance, and anywhere we'll go, we'll do the same, because it's not possible to stay in Europe, for example, and to coach only the national team, or in Africa only for the FIFA date. This is the first thing. You have to watch the local competition, to make a camp, to see a lot of players, to give the chance for a lot of players. This is the key of success.
Okay, another fan from Lusaka, his name is Mark Kalenga. He says, any chance of you telling us where you got that famous white shirt of yours? Do you remember? Everyone's talking about your white shirt.
Of course, I bought in France. It's a Dolce & Gabbana shirt, slim fit. Now you know everything.
Yeah, everyone thinks you're a hunk, you're a model, and all that. I see a lot of the ladies
I'm not
raving about.
I'm coach of football.
Okay, that's Mark. He has a lot of questions, but we'll skip to another fan. From Namibia, Emmanuel Mutembo from Vindek. He says, is there something Herve Renard wants to achieve with Zambia after his success?
Of course, I would like to qualify the team for the World Cup 2014 in Brazil.
Okay. We'll go to Nairobi in Kenya, where Pichichi says, congrats, Herve. You wore a white shirt throughout the tournament. Was this symbolic? That white shirt again.
It's a superstition.
Was it only one shirt, or you had more? I hear you had more. You had like 3 of them.
I have 3 of them, and I use only 2.
So that means if the game had gone to replay, you would have had one more to wear.
I was using the 3rd one.
Okay, another fan from Namibia as well. His name is Steven from Windhoek. He says, when the tournament was starting, did you expect that you will go that far?
Yes. Our confidence was very high, and determination was very, very, very high.
Okay, this Sia from Johannesburg says, does the appeal of taking over the vacant Senegal coaching spot and working with potentially one of the deadliest group of strikers in Africa outweigh the appeal of staying with Ghana and trying to win the Afcon I'm sure he meant Zambia, trying to win the Afcon in South Africa, as well as getting the boys all the way to the World Cup in Brazil? He's trying to say comparing Senegal and Zambia.
Actually, Zambia is one of the best teams in Africa. That means I'm lucky to be coach for one of the best teams in Africa. Concerning the future, we'll see. Like I said before, I have to meet my president, and we'll decide very soon.
Okay, there's Franklin Chingo from Kitwe in Zambia. He wants to know, 1, what is your most embarrassing moment in your football career? And then 2, now that you have won the AFCON, do you think Zambia is able to defend it next year?
My most difficult moment in my career was when I got sacked in England, because I think I was able to do better. The people were not patient, and after they replaced me, that they didn't change anything. It was worse. I think you need to give time for the coach, but sometimes people are not patient. But it was a fantastic lesson for me. You improve a lot when you fail. This is part of the career of coaching.
A fan from Namalundu, I think probably in Zambia, I don't know where that is, but his name is Mwamba Matimba. He wants to know, the game against Ghana was particularly tough for the Chipolopolo. Why do you think it was so? Why was the game against Ghana really difficult? Yes.
Very tough, because I think Ghana is the best team in Africa. They were in the World Cup 2006, 2010, almost in a semi-final of World Cup 2010. They missed 1 penalty. I know almost all the players. They are strong, mentally, physically. They are skilled. It's a fantastic squad, and we were very proud to beat this fantastic team in semi-final.
Okay, Brian from Kasama says, do you believe in the God of Zambia? I'm wondering which is the God of Zambia now. I saw that your team were indeed so prayerful at the finals. Was just wondering if you worship the same and only God of Billy Mwanza and the team.
I think God was with us for this Africa Cup of Nations. But he helped us, but the player did very well. And you need something more to win one big competition. Concerning the question about Billy Mwanza, to come back in the national team?
He said maybe you believe in the same God as Billy Mwanza.
Okay, I greet him. He was a player for the national team, and God helped us a lot during this Africa Cup of Nations.
Okay, from Juba in South Sudan, that's the newest country in Africa, John Kayanga, or Kayanga John, whichever way he prefers it, says, how does it feel like winning AFCON? That's 1. And then 2, are you going to continue coaching Chipolopolo? I wish one day you could become coach of my new nation, Republic of South Sudan. Wishful thinking.
First, the feeling when you win Africa Cup of Nations is fantastic. You are very proud. You are proud for the country. You are proud because you can see how you have made the people happy. Concerning the second question, I think I reply a lot of times. I have to meet Kalusha Bwala and we'll see for my future.
Yeah.
But I will hope to stay in Zambia for a long time.
Okay, another fan from Dar es Salaam in Tanzania says, did you apply for the job to coach Tanzania?
Never.
Well, too many questions about whether you're going to stay. There's Longo Chilufia from Kitwe in Zambia says, Coach, what do you have to say about people saying Zambia didn't deserve to win the Afcon? Maybe he meant all those people saying before. I don't know.
In Zambia, they like to talk. Talk is a national sport in Zambia. But there is a lot of very nice people that mean this is the most important. Let the people talk.
Okay. Ofin from Obomosho in Oyo State in Nigeria says, will Renard consider this Zambia victory as being lucky or a determined side or the experience of the coaching team?
You have to be lucky to win one competition, but it's too easy to say it's only luck. You need a lot of things to be strong mentally, to be ready physically, to be ready tactically, and all these details are giving you the title of champion.
This fellow from Kadoma says, so no, sorry, not him, from Nairobi, same PGT guy again says, my observation was that most coaches in the tournament had a stern face, especially Ivory Coast. You were at ease, so jovial. I never saw you yell at the players. That's not true. You were always yelling. Was this your secret weapon? Keep up that football philosophy. I liked it.
Yes, I have a philosophy of football. It's the same like the Zambian player likes to play, to put the ball on the floor with a lot of skill. This is my philosophy of football. But I'm very hard with the player. But I'm able to be very hard and I'm able to be their best friend at the same time.
Okay, there's Wilson Pasaloy from Narok in Nairobi in Kenya. He says, you have been on very smart white shirts always. Why? You've already answered that. Second one says, kindly send me one of your white shirts, please.
I will put this white shirt on auction.
Another one says, would you prefer working in Kenya as coach to our national team? God bless you.
In life, it's not possible to say never. Maybe one day we'll go to Kenya, we never know. We'll see.
Okay, there's architect Leo Munonye from Owerri in Nigeria. He says, congrats, Coach Herve. Did you, before kickoff of the final match against Africa, believe you could win in view of the caliber of players in the Ivorian setup? What went through your mind when Renford Calabar missed the penalty kick that would have given you the cup earlier? Did you believe you could still prevail thereafter?
Of course. I was believing all the time we were the winner of this Africa Cup of Nations, especially before the final. I dreamed about the cup, and it was a fantastic achievement when Stopila Sunzu scored his penalty shoot.
Okay. A lot of goodwill messages, a lot of love. We'll go all the way to Russia, where Manuel from Voronezh in Russia says, you have really done us proud. You had our support even here in Russia. As Zambians here, we decided to watch the final together. But my question is, are you staying? You've already answered that, I'm sure.
I would like to stay.
I just wanted to read it out, at least so that you know that there are people from different places. Eugene from Lusaka says, Mr. Renard, thank you for your work. Who is your favorite coach? And secondly, who is the best coach you have played against?
My favorite coach is Jose Mourinho.
Can I ask you why? Can I ask you why?
Because I like his determination. Sometimes he's going too far, but it's part of his personality. I also like Pep Guardiola, but it's a different character. But they are able to manage a lot of stars. and the coach, best coach, I was very happy when I met Paul Le Guen against Cameroon in 2010. It was for me a big pleasure. I was very proud to play against Alain Giresse in 2010 when we played against Gabon. And this year I was very proud to play against all the coach, because I think we played Amara Traoré, Stefanovic, the coach François Zawi, coach of the very big team. That means I'm very proud about that, and I'm very proud because we won this Africa Cup of Nations.
There's Gilbert Phiri from Swindon in England. He says the left and right back position seem to have been the Chipolopolo's weak points. Do you see Nkaso, that's Davis, as a long-term solution at right back, or when Emmanuel Mbola is available, Joseph Musonda will revert to right back?
It's one of the options, but I think we have to congratulate Davis and Kausu. He did very well during this Africa Cup of Nations. I'm waiting for the comeback of Emmanuel Mbola, of course, because he's a very, very good defender. And I would like to find one or two new young players able to play in this position.
Okay, then there's from Satellite Town in Lagos, Nigeria. Sorry, there's Richard Odumegu. Richard Odumegu from Satellite Town in Lagos, Nigeria wants to know what occurred in your mind when Ivory Coast were given the spot kick. Did you feel your dream of African glory was shattering?
No, I'm never scared. I think when you want to be champion, you have to beat the best team in Africa.
There's a lady, Annie Banda from Lusaka. She says, hi, Herve. I know you brought joy to every Zambian and other nationals that supported us. How are you handling your emotions of these great achievements?
It was a fantastic moment, especially when we came back from Gabon. The road from the airport to the town was amazing. Thanks for the people who were all around the road. The atmosphere was fantastic, and I will remember for the rest of my life this moment.
George Brown from Finima in Rivers State, Nigeria says, why did Zambia play the entire AFCON without an out-and-out striker? Were there issues in the dressing room? That's the second question. And if there were any, please name them. What's your pre-match rituals? What about the white shirt and jeans?
Same question about my white shirt. I think
you already
respond already.
Yeah.
The striker, we play all the time with the two strikers, Emmanuel Mayuka and Christopher Katongo most of the time. James Chamanga played also, Collins Besuma. That means I think the best option for Zambia was to play with the two strikers.
From Kenya, Wilson Pasoloy says you have been pulling on the smart white shirt again. You're not going to answer that, but I'm just saying he wants you to send him the shirt too.
Auction. Propose something, but it will be very expensive.
Okay, then we've got, let me see, somebody calls you Mr. Okay, we'll take just two more questions, okay? Wisdom Gandazeya from Blantyre in Malawi. He says, what motivates you and what gives you confidence against big names like Ghana